Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class.
Yeah.
I'll punish every time. Sure, whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch.
Oh.
Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Tight.
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
Huh.
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
And you seem very excited about that fact.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m.
Apparently not.
I headed over to Grape Tower for Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning? Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
Alright.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
We just happened to
Are
run
you a
into each other on the
gymnast?
first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
Like, so first off, sure. Statistically speaking, like, female killers prefer to use things like poison rather than a stone pillar. But come the fuck on. Like, there's already been one woman that did.
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
You're the cruelest one here!
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
You're telling fucking me, dude.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
I remember the days of the Leon case where I was able to crack it almost immediately because his name was written on the wall in blood. And now I'm here today and I just have no fucking clue what's happening.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon. Well, the weapon is obvious, right? What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You can totally tell just by looking.
You can, but... You can tell just by looking. It wouldn't be much of a mystery if that were true, but... Like... There are two options in that room, and one of them has blood on it. Was probably... It better be tipped over pillar.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
Oh,
The weapon
fuck,
was
wrong
right
button.
there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
Hold on. The pillar says it has blood on it, right? Yes. No.
Damn it!
But...
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
Oh,
The
new
weapon was right there
looking?
at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of
Let's
him.
wait and see if there's a wrong button
If it was
again.
unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
Shit, is it actually agree on that one with the tipped over pillar? Fuck me.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of that pillar.
Let's try the new looking
No,
hammer
the
here.
The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
No, I can't accept that that hammer was the murder weapon.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body. Just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
But what about the tipped over pillar, lads?
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Then why bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
Where?
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Baby gangster? Me?
Just so y'all know, I was trying to test you guys.
All right.
I thought, maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
Right.
Seems that was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon.
Right. Gee. I wonder.
I see!
Nekomaru's body. He used himself as the weapon.
The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
Guys, you can just knock it over.
Yeah, that pillar was pretty freaking heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be
Do you know
really
what you're saying right now, though?
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Don't be stupid. He ain't the type to commit suicide.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we find out by the end.
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, that's nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess
Oh,
you're
fuck
right.
off.
What the heck?
But it does bother me a little. The word suicide. Yeah, he brought it up. I hadn't considered the possibility in that point. And there is a reason I can think he'd do it, which is that everybody else was going to starve to death. No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru would commit
But that's a
suicide.
problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Huh? For reals?
Yeah, God, Jesus Christ.
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all. All right, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go! There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over.
Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl. I'm getting hella excited.
Wait, so what am I doing here? The killer murdered Nekomaru by tipping over the pillar. Is that really it? That's what I've been
There's
thinking.
no need
It
to lift
isn't?
that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They
Wait,
aimed
pillar-
right for his head and bullseye.
Pillow
Even I,
fragments on that first
considering the
one.
pillars can probably exert.
Sonya! I'm getting hella
There's probably pillar
excited.
fragments on the first one because they were
There's no
underneath
need to
him.
lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not beating him with it is beyond.
What about tipping the pillar over?
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
I don't see what else it could have been though. It's just that he's ended up with fragments under
Nekomaru
him
was crushed by the
somehow.
pillar, and there should have been fragments on top of his body.
Huh? Fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed it, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too. But it's probably not what happened.
I see. That
But
was
like, what
entirely
else killed
my
him?
bad.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
Dude, that thing is obviously important still.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
I don't see the other explanation either.
Why are you so certain about that?
I just have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
I mean, what's the alternative?
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys... You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers. What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
What did you say?
Regardless, it's not like
Oh, she
I
has a
wanna
special
die
cross,
with the
too.
rest of you. So I...
Hey,
Oh, whoops.
Nagito. What the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon. Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon...
Of course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know? We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly.
It's not you.
Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon.
I could sense it. I could sense it approaching.
I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory. It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark devas of destruction.
I see.
I don't know why, but I'm unlike it.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse.
Huh? The secret of the funhouse?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Except for Hajime?
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse. Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Faux show! I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
Wow, she's hip. Two houses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought that at first too, but I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that. Strange feeling. Wait, what's strange feeling in tower? Regardless of whether you enter Great Hall or Strawberry Hall, the placement of Nekomaru's body, the tipped over pillar, and the oil stains, and even look exactly the same. So it's probably that one.
Are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the fun house.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place.
I mean, the walls are different colors.
And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
On the first one?
In truth, Strawberry Tower are actually the exact same place.
Oh, that. There we go. Okay.
No, that's wrong. Both of those towers, are they really the same place?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Great Tower from Great Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall...
Oh, whoops, sorry.
It's
I keep just
probably
mashing it.
some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
And so then what? You seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much. If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building.
Bow down! Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
While we were moving from Great Tower to Strawberry Tower, but we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it.
God, what are you? This is the most forced beef I've ever seen.
Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
What a manufactured argument. Holy shit. So,
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly wielding the power of the future. The pillar, the body, everything could have moved it all. Easy as pie.
what? So which
You have forgotten.
one?
Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene. He could have moved it all. Easy as pie. It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the future with the pillar, the body, everything at the crime. He could have moved it all. Easy as pie.
So, I don't know which one I'm supposed to use.
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is wielding the power of the future, the pillar, the body, everything. He could have moved it all. Easy as pie.
Obviously this isn't true, but I'm not sure which piece of evidence it actually wants me to use for
Wielding
this.
the power of the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene.
Not that. The chain?
Wielding the power of the future is the pillar,
oil?
the body, everything at the crime.
Allow me to cut
Okay.
through those words. Moving the body and pillar is possible. But it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor.
Like, I guess, but like, seems to me like there's about 5 different ways to disprove this.
When the position of Nekomaru's body in the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Then it's impossible to think it was.
It was already impossible. Like, there are so many things.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
So what really happened? Does that mean the 2 towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the E-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the 2 towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building or 2 different buildings, then what are they?
Good question.
No idea, huh?
This mystery ties into the secret of the funhouse, but we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. The only thing we can do is rely on the one person who has those clues.
Hey, Nagito. I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up. Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly. It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
Could he be talking about the life-threatening, the Monokuma Tai Chi?
I see! You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you? That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you. At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
You took a picture?
Yep.
Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera.
See? This is it.
As he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Well, you can't see the other side connected to
Shall
it.
I call it thinking time?
What doesn't make sense in this picture? So, it's the fact you can't see the other one, so you want me to pick the tower? Okay, behind it.
Here!
Okay.
If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was, Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle, which means if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind you. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
But in that case, what's going on?
I see. And is that it?
Like Nagito said, there's lots of things that don't make sense in this photo, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. What doesn't make sense? What else doesn't make sense? The trees?
You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it should have been.
See, the reason you're right. I didn't think anything when he said first floor because I was thinking like, oh, that's not the ground floor because it goes ground floor, first floor in my head.
This is definitely.
So him saying first floor didn't actually stand out as being strange to me. But yes, that makes sense if you think about it like that.
This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up. That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
So, is there a lift in the tower that's moving the floor up and down? Because everything's still in place, so it needs to move without actually changing locations. So is it an elevator? Like the floor raises and lowers? But then how the fuck do we get there from that elevator?
It's not. Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me. If you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
The other clue? Are you talking about that one time?
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right? I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already? Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma Archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
What was that? Was that just now? Was that thing just now another hint at figuring out the mystery behind the structure, Funhouse's structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor. Using the photo he took, I might be able to find the answer if I just think about it. So he was above and dropped down? Oh fuck. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Ah, fuck. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist? What? What? I mean, they're the same house, but like, what? So they exist? They're just the same building? Okay. I wasn't expecting that to be the first question at all. Oh fuck, I'm terrible. Jesus Christ. Ah. It could be going better. It could be going better. Oh. Ugh. Are Strawberry House and Grape House the same building or two different buildings? They're the same building. How are Strawberry House and Grape House positioned vertically? So what happens in the elevator that takes you between the two places?
It's all coming together. Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse. Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder? In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
Strawberry House is above Grape House.
I see! On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap. I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd!
Damn, I hate when I get Kuma'd.
Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Then it's true? The building was really like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building.
It's a fucking elevator call button. Of course.
Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
That's why it takes so long to open.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple.
That was weirdly confrontational.
Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Saying it right in front of her face.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
What the fuck was that? Does that mean the killer prepared it in advance? No, it's just that it's on a fucking elevator. What do you want? Which do you want for this?
Hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body.
Right.
It should be possible to construct
Which
a dummy
piece
from
of
spare
evidence
parts.
disproves this? I mean, it's just fucking outlandish. It's on an elevator. I don't know which one to use for this. What does the file say?
Was actually a
Strange
dummy.
feeling? Okay.
No, that's wrong.
It's...
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Me?
Remember? When we moved from
I was
Greytown
just
to
so
Strawberry
flabbergasted by this sudden suggestion coming from nowhere.
Town, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said,
The parts I carefully arranged.
right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Greytown.
True.
Right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built the dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy.
Oh
then
my
it would be a
god,
different story.
stop! It's an elevator.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
True, he could just say he wasn't able to fix it.
I see. That is
Also, like, it's
disappointing.
just an elevator, the floor moves up and down. That's why the parts come with it.
I'm even more disappointed.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
Right.
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
Why? I wonder what it could be. Hajime's like, a device that transports things to different floors in the same building. Strange, I've never encountered such a concept before. That's actually what he's thinking, though. He's actually thinking, oh, does such a thing exist? It tingles a distant memory, actually. He actually has to dedicate this much thought to it. Holy shit. Jesus, my head had to think so hard about that.
You must be talking about an elevator.
Oh, of course, those exotic constructions. Ah, yes, so rare, of course. It slips the mind so easily.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
What is wrong with you all?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down.
So what actually happened, it looks like, is Nekomaru was dangled from the second floor's doorknob and then dropped from above. That's what actually, like, killed him and knocked the pillar over.
So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
Because that would also explain the scratches. There was that one broken doorknob with scratches on it. That would explain both why it was taken out and why it has scratches on it, because the wire was wrapped around it.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, Then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower?
Because both doors are on the same
And a
side.
picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
It's so you can't tell that it's the same building. What do you mean?
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Yes, that's correct.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken.
Right, because that's where he was tied to.
There are too many strange things.
Well, I don't understand. Why are you like? Why does the pattern change on the door? Because if it didn't, you'd be able to tell. What do you mean? It's to hide the fact it's the same building. Of course. You entered from Strawberry Hall, so it makes sense that you would see the grape door. If you entered Strawberry Hall and saw a strawberry door, you'd go, oh, that's fucking weird. That's why they're different pictures. What the fuck?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
What? The things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers? What do you mean? That includes the body, the pillar, the oil. We've been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them. Not even the fact they all moved with the elevator. They were all on the floor?
I see! Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change? And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer.
To make you think it's the other building behind that door.
The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
Something unique about the elevator? You can only enter one side at a time? No, only there's no ceiling? It's only the floor moves? What do you mean? What does that have to do with this?
Because that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Yeah, sure.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator. Only the floor
Right.
was.
Well, yes.
That's why we saw different doors in each tower.
Yes, what? Of course.
Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the
Oh,
far back
I see
wall
what
had
they...
grape
Okay,
design.
I see what they mean when they didn't understand, but like... I had just immediately assumed it was only the floor that was moving. So I guess I didn't think this needed to be explained. I guess they thought there was an enclosed space, so this door was moving. No, these are two different doors, obviously. I thought that was, like,
Then
evident,
where
but
do the
apparently
different doors
not.
lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but
Yeah, they're fake
they're probably
doors.
just for show.
Just for show. Why was something like that
What?
necessary?
What do you... What? What the fuck do you mean? Why? So that you think it's not the same building. What do you mean?
So we falsely believed that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we
Yes, it
totally
was so
misunderstood
effective
the
they can be
building's
told the
structure.
answer multiple times and then still not understand what's happening in that room.
I don't get it. But I guess
Yeah,
the
apparently
whoever
not.
designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Like, you've all been told what happened in that room about 3 times now, and you're all still like, huh? But why did the pictures change? So it looks like it's different buildings. What the fuck?
Did you hear that, mon ami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Weren't you calling her your sister a bit ago? Stop doing that.
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Right, you'd never try if you knew.
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the 2 houses and the 2 towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Yeah.
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
Yes, because now we can figure out how Nekomaru died.
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
So the ultimate weapon is height?
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Okay, I guess we'll explain it for a 4th time.
Gundam, please proceed.
Don't you feel stupid? Don't you feel ashamed? You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
Right, this is a fair question. Nah, I completely forgot about that matter. This is actually fair.
That elevator moves vertically. Then, when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But, does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides.
This
of the
is
tower.
admittedly a fair question, but given the other evidence we've seen, I would just skip over this subject, to be honest.
Fiend, what does this mean?
What does this mean?
I agree. What does this mean? The 2 houses are connected vertically. The position of the tower should be the same in both houses. Well, I mean, we know it rotates, but when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on my right side. Yes, and then it was on the left. I mean, we know it rotates. So is it like, it's just like corkscrewing up and down, presumably? Hold on. What are the accounts? That's the 5:30. His is also the time, so those are not helpful. Oh, wait, no, I didn't look at Fuyuhiko's account, did I? Oh, no, I did. Okay.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
What's Kazuichi's account? The compass. Okay.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Not that part? Damn. I mean, it's the account about the compass, just not that point. Yes. Let's go. I know. I lost a lot of points on that question about the fucking floor in the tower, because I was just... Anyway,
No, that's wrong. The elevator wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
That. Yeah.
yes, it's doing like a corkscrew as it goes up and down. That makes sense.
Start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
I guess that's true. I didn't really think about it going around the outside of the building, but I guess that is the case.
Grape House. Appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
I guess, yeah, it does have to go around the outside of the building. I was just like, oh, it's corkscrewing down in the middle. No, I guess it is doing that.
It's like something from an amusement park.
Well, where were we, though?
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know.
Do you not remember what we did moments prior?
And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
Make sure to stay hydrated.
That's not splendid at all.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know?
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now.
You know, I've felt that way a couple of times already, brother.
As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
What an octagon is? An eight-sided shape.
I see! If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right? I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
But that's like the most bewildering question I've seen yet.
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
Well, I mean, it's between the two buildings. I wasn't expecting to have to do this, really.
Here!
Yeah, okay, alright.
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the Octagon?
I wasn't expecting to have to justify it like that, but okay.
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learn?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the Funhouse.
Oh, it is?
Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru.
Like, I don't know, it seems weird, like, height seems much better.
Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the Funhouse from the scenery, and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon. So they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
I don't know. I don't think I would describe the building as an ultimate weapon. The funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon? What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? And who is the killer who did that? That's a good question. Again, like, is it suicide? But would Nekomaru have gone to such lengths to, like, obfuscate this? What does that really achieve? Surely he'd want it to be more obvious he was killing himself.
Why, hello there. I thought of a new bad word to call Monami. I could already tell I won't be pleased by this. Then let me say it right away. I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Monami is a serious Stufatli. That's so much more straightforward than expected. Stufatli, huh? That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all three of these would be Stufatli. Oh, what? There's a fat hidden in there?
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monami is a serious
Stufatli! Alright, good talk to you. The fuck was that?
Hello. I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon.
It's a little hyperbolic, isn't it?
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Yeah.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
Do you want yet another explanation of the building shape?
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Nekomaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
That's not even remotely true.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Oh, the villain is going through a villain arc. Wow. That's some gripping shit right there.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, but you
So why doesn't he consider this murder to be hope-related?
There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building's structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building's structure. Ah, you see, the ground can be a weapon. Falling.
I see! That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
I guess I'm not too upset you can't immediately grasp this one.
That, I don't know yet.
I do.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Exactly.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
That's called indigestion. If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. I still have no clue, like, who did it. Broken doorknob, probably, for this.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object
Oh
inside,
shit, sleep button.
the other door won't
fuck.
open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
Okay, it's probably a good night button on that last one, right?
When the elevator is up, you can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible.
Then, after locking they moved the elevator and made use of the...
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator? As long as there's a moving object.
Easy.
No, that's wrong! That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes.
No, you stupid bitch.
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Yeah, Kazuichi.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
I mean, you are. A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what could that be? Now it's broken doorknob? Oh, wire probably first.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Okay, hold on.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Yeah.
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Oh god. Now here's the question, do I use the broken doorknob to agree, or do I use the wire to agree?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the
I'll start with the
drop to
wire.
So you're telling to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement.
The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time we went over the...
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Okay.
I agree with that. Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair!
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
Stop being horny.
You better not finish that sentence.
Bonk.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
So what's up with the hammer?
Too easy.
Like, why is the hammer there?
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually
His leg is
fall.
detachable. It probably just like like it just dislocated after a while.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from the... How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him
Hello?
off. There's no way they could do that.
Hello? Why did it suddenly stop
Even if
cutting?
they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall?
What?
There's no one in the tower
What's
to
going
push
on?
him off. There's no way they could do that.
Why is it not letting me cut after the first one?
Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him fall?
What?
There's no
Oh,
one
there's
in the
limited
tower.
cuts?
There's no way they could do that. Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him
I didn't
fall?
even realize there were
There's no one in
limited
the tower
cuts.
to push up. There's no way they could do that.
I've just been jamming on it this whole time. I didn't realize.
Doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru should have... If he was sleeping, there's no way he could
Oh, the
protect
alarm.
himself. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside... Damn it!
So here's my excuse for never seeing the cut. When I'm doing this, I'm looking at the OBS window and I'm blocking myself. I'm blocking the cut marker with my own body.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Wait, no, that sleep mode is on the next part. Fuck.
What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
There we go.
Allow me to cut through those words.
I guess he just woke up,
What do
sure.
you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
Really?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his
He
sleep mode.
literally told us this, like, and also, when things go to sleep, they typically wake up again. I didn't think that he'd be satisfied by just Nekomaru waking up. I thought it would have had to have been, like, the detachable leg or something.
Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make it fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected.
I mean, he's also got to be pretty fucking heavy, right?
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably.
I mean, probably, but it didn't really matter. It's mattered now because it's made it just easier for us to figure it out.
If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
Killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... full power. Oh, he already loosened the doorknob. Oh. I see. If that's really what it was. Damn. What a minute detail. That's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
See. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Damn, what an insignificant seeming moment that was.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest.
Yeah.
No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
It's true. It's true.
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
Why are you all this way? Why? Why are you all so horny? You in particular. But why? Why can't you just act like a normal human being?
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this.
You know, Fuyuhiko? We're on the same page on this one.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
Yeah, he bonked into the pillar, that's why there's blood on the top of it. Doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The only thing I can think of, he hit the pillar. Yeah.
I see.
Ran out of battery as he was falling, yes.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up
That does
colliding with
explain
the
why
pillar.
there's blood on the top of it, then.
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was
You
spilled
know,
all over the
you
place.
got me. I didn't foresee the pillar being used in this way. I thought they broke it with the hammer. Why is the hammer in the room? What did the hammer do?
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that.
Yeah, they probably
just a
weren't aiming for the
coincidence.
pillar, particularly.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself?
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did... There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed.
No, all the clocks have been tampered with.
How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
This is an extremely easy answer. This is another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. So it's gonna have to be the timeline that tells us who did it, but I'm not sure how we are gonna get there. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. I'm not sure how these clocks are gonna tell us that much, but they've obviously been tampered with. What does the wall clock say? Hold on. At 5:30 a.m., the alarm of the wall clock in the lounge started going off. Okay.
Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's
Radio
chest.
clock here. Yeah.
No, that's wrong. No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
That's true.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
Yep, so they were all changed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Easily swayed, I see.
I
Simp.
never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer. Let's go. Alright, I'm not gonna fall immediately this time. Easy. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? The time in the building. Oh shit. Oh! Oh shit, we're having to do some hardcore thinking on this one, damn. Which clock was tampered with? Both. No, not both. The building's clocks, yes. I'm a question ahead there. Which house had the wrong time? Both. There we go. That's the both I was looking for.
It's all coming together.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks had been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right, that's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. How do we determine that?
If the time in the building was all meant...
What does Fuyuhiko's account say exactly? Nekomaro walking toward the first floor Strawberry House at 5 a.m. Maybe?
Then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Wait, what's Akane's account? Heard a rumbling noise around 5:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
So it was off by
Are there any
2
clues that can be
hours?
used to narrow that down?
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
Oh.
It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
Probably Akane's account on the, one of the sounds.
If the time in the build, then we can only rely. The time of death was clearly 7.
The problem is, what in our time?
Are there any clues that can...
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
Yeah, okay.
I agree with that.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep.
Okay, that was
that
actually
the sound
a
that
lot
Nekomaru
easier to
fell?
figure out how the clocks were off than I thought it would be. That makes perfect
Huge body
sense.
fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge.
I see, I see.
What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Those rooms are soundproof.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pains.
You were in a soundproof room.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was
Yeah,
off.
2 hours.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
The rumbling sound was heard at 5:30. 2 hours.
I see.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30. And if we heard the sound of his impact at
I should have been able to figure that out. That's actually so simple. I'm upset I didn't figure it out.
that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Ah, yes. He's the only one that will wake up at a certain time. Yes.
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right?
Right, of course.
From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
That makes so much sense. Of course, he's on a machine. He's a machine. He'll wake up, but everybody else needs an alarm clock. If they were trying to lure out only Nekomaru, that specific thing is Monokuma Tai Chi.
I see.
Damn, this is all so simple. Oh, I can't believe I didn't figure this part of it out. This is so simple in hindsight.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at
Of
7
course,
a.m.
I was
for that
like,
activity, right?
oh man, was it to set up an alibi or something? Oh shit, no, of course.
But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
And when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
It was 7 a.m.
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much
It's so simple.
At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Taichi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Yeah. I mean, that was like a real slap you in the face kind of
Including us,
hint.
right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Is that real?
Wrong. Too bad.
Is that a real phrase? I've never heard that, but it sounds like it could be real.
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it. It's incorrect.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru...
It's so simple, but so elegant. That's an amazing plan, actually.
The number of suspects has drastically decreased.
True, so it's not Fuyuhiko. It's not Fuyuhiko, it's not Akane, it's not Gundam, and it's not Soda. Soda went then as well, right? Wait, did I write that down? No, I didn't write that down. Okay, but it was those three that were there, right?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell? Who is it?
Who's the bastard?
Whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? So then... Gundam had an alibi. Fuyuhiko had an alibi. Do we have this? I can't look at the evidence right now. Fuck, who is it that doesn't have the alibi? I don't remember which three were there. Fuck. Okay, so I actually went back to look at the video to see who didn't go. And I think they want me to say Nagito, but I don't think he's actually the killer. Because he has a reason for not coming out, which is that he was in the guest rooms, or the deluxe room.
You're the only one!
Okay. Yes.
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
But he was in a soundproof room, so he wouldn't hear it.
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
Oh.
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
Right.
You're definitely fucking lying.
No, he's telling the truth, in all likelihood.
However, that is also true for me.
Exactly. What's the thing that both of you have in common? You were in the deluxe rooms.
It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too. I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't
Oh,
know.
that was a bit weird, Skip.
Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise. The secret is what these three have in common. Could this be the secret that points to the killer? Could it? I mean... Deluxe... yeah. Deluxe rooms.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
Deluxe room is soundproof.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise...
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent? Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec! Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer. Decisive factor?
Somehow I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. But everybody has an alibi, right? Is it Nekomaru? No, okay, alright, okay. So, whew, alright. Fuck, then who was it? They were all there. The three people in the soundproof rooms. So who do you actually want? Because the rest of you were all there. Right? Who do you want now? Wait. Fuck, it's Gundam. He was in one of the deluxe rooms, but he came out anyway. Fuck. Shit. Ah.
You're the only one!
Fuck.
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
Shit.
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop
I
it.
can't believe I didn't notice that. I easily wrote everyone else off as not coming because they were in a deluxe room, but Gundam was in one of them. God damn it, of course.
Why were you able to hear it?
Shit.
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Fuck, I should have noticed this immediately. God damn it. Oh, I'm so stupid.
Now that you mention
Gundam?
Oh, I should have known it was him from the start because of that. Oh, of course. It's so simple.
There's only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation,
God.
right?
Oh, I only half thought that through. God damn it.
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. Me?
You were out there, so you couldn't go back.
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
Damn. That would have been fucking ironclad as well.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Damn, this would have been an amazing crime, but he got fucked. You hate to see it, damn.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan
There would have
was
been,
doomed.
like, no way to prove which of the people it was that didn't hear it. Oh, damn. Unlucky, bro.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess? The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course. Indeed.
Is that your argument?
Similarly, you can see 5 times as far as a normal person can, correct? Because you also have 10 eyes.
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my
I was
part.
technically correct then. They were trying to create an alibi, but it just didn't work out. Damn, so close.
You're still holding
I was
out.
so close and yet so far.
Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Is it not Gundam now?
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
What's going on?
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
Why is he suddenly trying to rush it?
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
You said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption.
Why is Nagito suddenly trying to rush it, though?
In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
Let's see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I
So this is where we're gonna
recall,
use
Killer tampered
Nagito's
with
sudden
the Great House
appearance.
control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Great House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Great House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
Untrue.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
I don't think we've told-
Pitiful humans, you cannot overcome this contradiction.
I don't think we've told anyone else this, so I'm not surprised they haven't immediately gotten it. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Fuck, I was expecting Nagihito's appearance to be there.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
What does the contact elevator say exactly? It was probably broken at Grape House side, so that person would have... The last person to use it would have arrived at Grape House. Okay.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, There's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had no compass.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
Yes, the
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
what's Fuyuhiko's account say exactly? I was expecting this to be Nagito's appearance, so I'm not sure what I actually want.
That elevator.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
Oh, I can absorb this.
How much longer?
Oh
do
fuck,
you
I
plan-
missed
Why
it.
don't
Of
we
course,
stop
of
this
course, I
already?
can absorb secret passage. I'm such a fucking idiot, dude. Oh my god. This whole case has been a complete disaster for me. Jesus Christ.
The killer cannot.
Since I wasn't sure, there's no
I just
question that the
completely
following
forgot about one of the key
Secret
mechanics.
passageway.
How much longer? Why don't we stop this already?
In my defense, we've done this less frequently than we have in the past.
The only means of travel between.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
Of course, of course.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Nagito!
You're the only one! Nagito, you should
Damn, we
know.
have to pick somebody a lot of times.
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that
Remember to stay
method,
hydrated.
right? There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Damn.
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated.
You know,
from your
that's a
own
real
suspicion.
Sigma male defense right there. Well, what if they didn't know it was there? Okay, but like, what about all the other shit that's going on?
If you value your life, you should stop with your spooking.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Sick reference, bro. Fuck.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole.
Oh.
However, how frail, I say. Or decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
That was a fucking weird one.
I already proved the secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Evidence the killer went to the Octagon?
Know the
So
limits of your own
that's the
reasoning.
wire then, right?
You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Is it on the maelstrom of confusion?
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the
There?
maelstrom...
Alright, I was a little flabbergasted by his choice of words.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon. and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went
What
to the
was the hammer for, though?
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end.
Hello, my son. Have you come to solve some crimes with us again?
Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Maybe you shouldn't incriminate yourself further?
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
He has 4 hamsters with him.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
He has his 4 Dark Devils of Destruction, as we hear every time we talk to him.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those.
Alright, put him up. Let's fight. I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I'll provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Oh, here we go.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crush as David
I'm a
prophesied.
little
I won't
upset
let
that
you.
it's Neko, or that it's
For the
Gundam.
Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crush
Fuck,
as David
right, look.
prophesied. Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire!
I'm not as sad as when it was Peko,
Crush as David prophesied.
but I am
won't
still
let you.
upset.
For the Tanaka Empire!
Fuck, oh god, oh.
Crush as David prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crush as David prophesied! It's Nekomaru's
For
back.
dark.
Do you
Oh,
really
the
think I
fuck!
can
I
get
didn't pick
behind
the.
it so
Ah.
I won't
I was
let
just
you.
like Dark Devils of
For
Destruction.
the Tanaka
Fuck! I didn't think that
Empire.
through.
Wither! Crush as David prophesied! Show me the
And suddenly I
cadaver.
lost all sense of rhythm. Also, Jesus
I won't
Christ.
let you. For the Tanaka Empire! It's
V
Nekomaru's back.
for
Do you
Dark
really think I can get
Devils.
behind him so
This is the end! Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
What else would Gundam do? Like, we have interacted with this man, correct? Like, you know who he is? Of course he did.
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundam. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
I thought this was a weird moment. I did have a slightly bad feeling when I saw this. It seemed very egregious for this scene to happen. But I was hoping it was just Gundam being stupid.
After Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton.
Oh, that's also
lighting
true,
ring.
yeah.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mechamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
Please relax. Oh, we're still doing this? I thought this was what Nagito was doing now. Alright, so this is who set the alarm clock. No alarm clocks. Who was in the lounge since early? Nope. What time did Fuyuhiko see? Nope. Oh yeah, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, look at that, oh my fucking, oh and there's one coming out the bottom of the arms, oh shit. Nekomaru's weakness is... the wire wrapped around Nekomaru's feet. Destroyed. What's this? Messing with the base of the contact elevator? Press the button. Fake weapon left behind. I guess, so it was just that? Alright, it's just a fake weapon. Fair enough, I guess. The hammer just seems kind of weird, to be honest. Ooh, clock, hold on. This looks like Fuyuhiko at the start. Who set the alarm clock? Oh, okay. Wait, shit. Never mind. But this is the boy. That's not alarm. Oh, alarm set for 5:30 a.m. So that is this. Okay. Back over. This is destroyed after leaving the tower. No. There's the chains. Handle comes off. Is this? Heard the rumbling noise. This is gathered at the lounge. No. Oh, this is alarm set for 5:30. What's left is... the killer destroyed what? Oh, the button. And then... gathered at the lounge. Easy.
Here's everything that happened in this case. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there.
That's such a fucking amazing panel, dude. I love the hamster coming out the bottom upside down.
With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful. And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain.
This hammer just seems so tacked on. Like, at least put some oil on it, right? Like...
This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob, but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
What a disaster. This shouldn't have been as hard for me as it was.
That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Damn. The only dude I didn't hate. Rest in peace. That's not true, I liked Nekomaru as well, but, you know. That also didn't go too well. Fair.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong?
These murders are getting pretty fucking weird, though. I wonder what the fuck they're gonna get up to by the 3rd game.
Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
That sucks, bro. What's in the box? It's Tanaka.
It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yay, I said all that without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like. Why do you want to talk to the one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct? You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. However, that is a great mistake.
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If he was just trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain. Fine then. I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse, and I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower, and this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should have expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell you.
He was serious, too. He gave it his all to try to kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that? Are we surprised, really?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scourging, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I've nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, lords of darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
We just started watching a different fucking anime for a while there. Why did you fight? We're all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you. However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation.
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life, that's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism? Yeah, right.
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy toward life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that just to try to justify what you did?
But
But it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall,
But
my tears.
even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime.
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me. You didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then, I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It is about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it! I've prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
Wait!
This is just too much.
I beg of you!
Please help, Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia.
I beg of you!
How pitiful.
Sonia. As an act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself.
It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all.
they're not gonna go with him, right?
However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness.
The hamsters are gonna be okay, right?
That is why, until the very end. Pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Rest in peace. Oh no! Oh, that's so sad. What the fuck? Oh, fuck me. Why would you do that? Oh my god. That was terrible. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chest. That was so fucking sad. What the hell? Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he said meant? Then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
I'm so pissed off, I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit, every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
Worst.
Damn it, why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us. She wanted to bone Tanaka, didn't she? You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
How long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? The class trial's over, so it's okay for you to just hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you gonna keep doing this?
How long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue? If it's the last game, probably one more trial.
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey!
Hold on a sec, that mood shift is too damn fast.
It's not like that.
You know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right? She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Let's go back for now and eat. And then, after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
Then let's do our best again. You're right. With this, the class trial has come to an end once again. We return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group had definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. But at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Oh, fuck. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else, too. It's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell I was lying. There's no way the file had just Hajime's information.
Well,
I guess they were too busy with other matters, or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all, even if it costs me my life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why is it the lonely little Nagito? Are you all alone tonight too?
What's the matter?
What's up? Your face looks scary.
I see. So you can tell.
Perhaps you found out who the traitor is.
You know me well.
Wow.
Is what I'd like to say, but unfortunately, I haven't learned that yet.
I see. So even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me anyway? Were you finally gonna confess your love?
Hey,
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room.
Oh yeah? What about it?
There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
you don't even
Well, there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But this file contains documents that were created at Hope's Peak Academy, right?
Of course!
That's right. I just reused the stuff that the former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But
If this file even contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Hope's Peaks Academy? Oi, what you doing over there?
Who knows?
I wonder.
hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information?
What's wrong with that? If it's my job to heat things up, it's okay if I do a little something small like that, right?
well,
That's not my point.
right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is.
What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up!
Well, you're splendidly correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monami after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me.
Their existence means nothing, huh?
No, no!
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this awful stuff.
That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came to offer my cooperation, you know?
Cooperation.
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is.
I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you, too.
Well, I knew you would say that.
Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on.
Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
You you're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist.
You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky.
Like...
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact you're even involved in something like this.
Well,
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
you don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that could even be called ultimate hope.
The two of you are very alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey,
Hey, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
see?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey,
Well, answer my question.
That's...
If that's the case, if that person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting?
Something really fucking weird's about to happen. It's almost time. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What's on the 5th island?
Danganronpa.
That does make sense. Can I have the hamsters, though? Yes, I would like to say thank you.